Welcome to the Quick Train Modeler video training series. This module's topic is Google Earth. You'll learn how you can use the various functionality within Quick Train Modeler to view the extent of your LiDAR models within Google Earth, synchronize the Qt Modeler viewer with Google Earth, and finally export your LiDAR-derived products for use in Google Earth. Whenever you open an existing model, import model data, or add a texture overlay to Quick Train Modeler, you have the ability to plot out the extent of that model or data within Google Earth. Let's take a quick look at how this works. I'm going to click on the Import Model Data button, and I'm going to select an LAS file and import it to the QTA model format. Selecting my LAS file, if we look at the dialog box down at the bottom of the Import Data window and scroll down to the bottom, we'll see that the coordinate system for this LAS file has been defined, in this case as UTM Zone 18. To display the location of this model in Google Earth, I simply check the box next to Show in Google Earth. Over on the right-hand side of my screen, Google Earth will zoom me into that location, and you're going to see a white rectangle. This is the extent of that LAS file. The viewer in Quick Train Modeler can be directly synchronized with Google Earth. There are two types of synchronizations, a one-time sync and a continuous sync. To perform a one-time sync, simply press the G key on your keyboard. Google Earth will zoom you into the exact same location and honor your perspective and orientation. For optimal continuous sync performance, you'll first need to adjust the fly-to speed within Google Earth. Under the Tools menu, select Options, click the Navigation tab, and under Fly-to, max out the fly-to speed. Within Quick Train Modeler, click on the Control menu, choose Control Mode, and choose Synchronize Google Earth. As you can see, zooming and panning in Quick Train Modeler results in the exact same action within Google Earth. After you've loaded a model into Quick Train Modeler, you can create an index file for use within Google Earth that contains information about that model. This is done by clicking on the Google Earth Export button. To control the information that's exported into that KML file, go to File, Options and Settings, KML Options. You can adjust everything from whether you want Google Earth to start after the KML file is created, to the symbology, to some of the information about your model. So, clicking on the Google Earth Export button, the first step will be to specify the output location of your model data. Because I changed my KML options, that index file is loaded immediately into Google Earth. By clicking on the little I here for information, I can pull up the associated information about my model. If my model wasn't yet loaded into Quick Train Modeler, I could click on this hyperlink, Load in Quick Train Modeler, and it would automatically load the model into Quick Train Modeler. You can also create a KML index file from models that are not loaded into Quick Train Modeler, providing they are either in the QTC or QTT model format. From the Export menu, choose Create KML Index. In the Select and Output folder window, click on the folder that contains either your QTC or QTT models. When it's generated, the KML index file will also be placed in this folder. And click OK. If your KML options are set to automatically open Google Earth when the operation is complete, you'll see your tiles populated within Google Earth. If you've created a surface model or performed some type of analysis such as line of sight or HLZ, one way to share that information with others in Google Earth is to export it as a model image. From the Export menu, choose Export Model Images. In the Export Model window, click the drop-down button next to Export Format. Scroll down to the bottom and choose the appropriate Google Earth format. Because I have a sun-shaded surface model, I'm going to choose the last option, and click Export. I'm going to save the KMZ file to the appropriate directory, and because my KML options are set to automatically start Google Earth upon export, that model image is displayed nearly instantaneously within Google Earth. Some export operations in QuickTrain Modeler automatically generate a KML file for use in Google Earth. For example, in generating grid statistics, in this case a density grid, if I click on Save GeoTIFF and export the TIFF file, it creates a corresponding KML file that I can then open within Google Earth. It's also possible to exchange vector data back and forth between Google Earth. Items such as markers and mensuration lines can be exported to Google Earth, and at the same time vector features created in Google Earth can be imported into Qt Modeler. For example, I can take these 4 markers, and under the Markers menu, choose Export Markers, and choose All to KML. I'm simply going to save this KML file to a directory, and then the markers are opened up within Google Earth. Similarly, I can create place marks within Google Earth, save these to a KML file, and then import them as markers into QuickTrain Modeler. Once I've saved the KML file, within QuickTrain Modeler, I go to Markers, Import Markers from KML. We can see I have the 2 markers labeled Location 1 and Location 2. One final tip regarding sharing data within Google Earth: if you've created a series of products from QuickTrain Modeler and imported them into Google Earth, it's often easier to share them with others if you compile them into a single KMZ file. To do this, right-click in the Places, go to Add, and choose Folder. Once you have your folder, simply drag and drop all of your information into that folder. Then right-click on the folder, choose Save Places As, and save it as a single KMZ file. You can then give this folder to others and they can open it and work with all of your data. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please visit the Applied Imagery website for more QuickTrain Modeler videos, and check back often as new modules are being added all the time.